Good morning. My name is Wander Bear. I love bears. I have several on my desk. There's one holding up my phone. This is one of my favorites, Bear Rider. I am a psychic medium and I read tarot. And it is my intention to start making a sort of video diary of my spiritual journey as it is changing. And hopefully it will be helpful to me and will inspire others. Um, First off, I want to acknowledge that YouTube is a horrible trash fire, a horrible dumpster fire. There will be terrible, horrible people who will see these videos and will leave horrible, nasty comments. I am fully aware. I have bad teeth. I have a weird nose. My complexion, lighting, I'm aware. Whatever the mic is doing right now, I'm aware. It's terrible. I'm sure. So, I guess do your worst. That being said, um, I met with a good friend of mine, Natasha, who was also a very gifted reader, and she has um, graciously took me under her wing to give me some pointers on how to improve my abilities. And yeah, so we met yesterday, and this is a list. I'm just going to read through it, and then um, I thought I would do some of these on the video to for accountability. Um, this is also unscripted, which is always great. Okay, pay attention to what is mine and what isn't. What that means within a psychic sense, a spiritual sense, is um, paying attention to yourself, your feelings, your energy, who you are, and claim that. And recognize that when there's something outside of yourself that's affecting you, say, that's not mine, and banish that. Get that out of your system. So that's a big one that I need to work on. Inner child working, doubt blocking, that has to do with laying things on the table. I'm a survivor of sexual trauma. Um, when I was 3 or 4, um, my mom was briefly married to another man after my father, and he abused her, and I believe he abused me, but I don't have I don't have specific memories. There's just like kind of bad memories around him, and I show all the signs of being a survivor of sexual trauma. So there's this. My inner child feels like he's in this sort of like cocoon ball prison that was partially constructed by him, but also was constructed by me on the other side as well. And through therapy and through self care and stuff, I've been kind of like prying off these. Um, I see it as like a kind of like a giant like geodesic um, ball with these metal panels, and I've been prying them off and having a communication with the child, with that child part of me, and trying to regain his trust and trying to um, listen to that voice within me, so that because that's my conscious, that's that's where a lot of my insight, my instinct comes from, is um, that child entity within me. Um, that is how, excuse me, I just ate. Um, that's how it's expressed for me. Other people express their child in different ways. That's how it works for me. So I get a lot of doubt from that voice. And this affects me a lot when I'm reading for people. Um, Sometimes I will hear something very, very specific, and I don't always voice it. And then later on in the reading, they'll mention something that's exactly the thing that was in my head that I didn't say out loud. And it feels disingenuous to say, well, actually, I heard that. That it's like that's like claiming something that I should have spoke earlier. Um, anyway, so a lot of doubt is coming from that inner child, and I need to have a better inner dialogue with him. Another thing I want to work on is a stretching routine. Um, I'm you can't really see because it's the neck up. I'm a big guy, overweight. Going from zero to like the gym, that would be foolhardy. That I would injure myself. So I need to work on stretching first, um, like reacquainting myself with my body, listening to my body, listening to the areas that um, are screaming in pain, which I'm sure they will be. Um, and but yeah, so I just want to start a routine of stretching in the morning. Um, Keep it simple in the beginning, and then look for some techniques and stuff. So this was a big thing that I didn't really think about. It's kind of like I guess a white person thing. That's the way I think about it. It's like we don't give thanks for um, we don't give thanks and recognition for all the things that brought us to where we are. And you may think of like stories of indigenous people of like they kill a bear or something like that, and they thank the gods, the ancestors, the animal for giving its life so that it can feed their people. You think of that, but we don't do that in our everyday society anymore. We don't really hunt and even farm anymore. We go to the store, and that's already been done. So I rely on, this is not sponsored. I rely on antacids sometimes to calm my stomach, and so I will say that I am grateful to the antacid company for providing this. I am grateful to the people who assembled all the components to make up this container and to make up the tablets inside. And I am thankful that bicarbonate is such a simple and wonderful thing, and I'm so glad that it works to calm my stomach when I'm having a bad acid reflux day. So that's it. May sound silly to bring that level of gratitude in our everyday city lives, but it's important. It's important to reconnect with ourselves and with our community in that way. It's like somebody made this. Several somebody's made this. Who knows if it was assembled here in America? Maybe it was assembled someplace else. Like we're deporting a bunch of people who assembled it potentially. But anyway, and then the plastic bottle and the people who designed the label and stuff. You don't need to go into real specifics, but I think a general feeling of the things that you use, the glass that you drink from, the water that's in it, the soda that's in it, just a simple moment of gratitude of saying, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to have this in my life. And I feel like that will go a long way. to allow me to appreciate what I have, um, because there is a certain privilege. I'm not rich by any mean, but I'm still better off than other people, and I should acknowledge that, and I should be grateful for that. So that's what that is. Um, there's a song. There's this group of four women who put out um, an album. I think back in the '90s. I have it on CD. It's the group is called Women with Wings, and I think they did a few albums. I think they're from the Midwest too. I'm in Wisconsin, and it's a really lovely album. A lot of it is like kind of like pagan inspired, Native American song inspired. Um, I don't know really if they wrote any of the songs or if they're just like passing on traditions. But there's this one song, it's around that they sing called Morning Song, and I have it memorized. And when I sing it in the morning, I feel better, and I usually do it 4 times. So for for my benefit, for um, perhaps the benefit of other people, I will sing that at the end of the video. I'll probably just do it one way around and then finish it after the end. Um, so yeah, so to do the morning song 4 times and to connect to my guides and to ask them um, what areas are better alignment with me. Originally, I was like, what areas should I work on? And I didn't want to say should because it felt like homework. So I felt like I needed a different word. So it's like, what areas, um, messages, things um, are better aligned for me than what I'm currently welcoming in my life. And then um, there are several clients that I work with. Um, there's one in particular who has had a very difficult and very personal case, and I can't share details, of course, but it has been um, difficult for me because I feel like I'm not getting enough detail, and it's time sensitive, and there are people who are being hurt in the process of it not being resolved. That's really all I can say. And so I feel a sense of kind of urgency and a weight on my shoulders of like I want to be able to get better information for this person so that they can resolve this. So I want to communicate with my guides, with the psychic field around me, and to ask, what can I do better? What areas should I work on so that I can better connect to you and so that you can more freely share information with me? Something else that she suggested is to reconnect with my chakra systems in my body. Um, Notice if any chakras feel off or misaligned. That is something that I used to do, and I've been disconnected from that for a long time. So that's a really good idea. Another one is to research frequencies that can help me get in tune. There's certain like megahertz frequencies that are really good for meditation or to activate certain thought processes. So I can do some research into that. Um, One of the really big ones is um, so um, my spiritual journey began in my like late teens, early 20s. I was raised United Methodist and had gone to a few different Christian churches, most of them Protestant, growing up, and I liked that, but I never really fully connected to Christianity. There's still parts of it that are important to me, but I really began to embrace paganism, specifically like Celtic nature, um, ecosystem kind of paganism. Um, and for a long time, that was very important to me, and I felt very intertwined with it. Um, but one of my frustrations were is that there's these 8 major festivals throughout the year. There's the equinoxes, the solstices, and then there's 4 in between. And um, each one, some of them are from similar cultures, and then others are from other cultures, and they're just kind of like all brought together. Some of them are Germanic, some of them are Native American, some of them are like Celtic, some of them are like Eastern European, some of them are like Sumerian. So it's like there's I think Norse in there too, and so there's all of these different and the Greco-Roman stuff too. So anyway, so there's all these different cultures that are kind of amalgamated and kind of pressed together to create this hodgepodge faith religion, and that always bugged me because um, these are things that I had to have explained to me because they didn't match with my culture, with my people, with my upbringing. And so I always felt like I was a tourist, kind of visiting these other cultures, which is incredible. You should do that if you get the opportunity. But to incorporate something like that into my own belief system was it just felt alien. It felt like this isn't quite me. Also, those rituals are mostly to do with farming. We don't farm anymore. There are people who still farm, but what I'm saying is like I live in the city. I go to the grocery store. That's my farming. I get meat. I get vegetables from the grocery store. Occasionally the farmers market, but it's like that's as close as I get to the actual cultivation of something with my hands. Um, and so there's all these like lunar cycles and solar cycles, and it's like the seasons and stuff like that. And that's what this big wheel represents is the best time to do or not do something in relation to farming. And we kind of change the meanings to some things to make it more modern, but it's still a farming wheel. It's still a farming calendar. And so I'm trying to reconcile a new wheel for myself. I do not want to create this for other people because I feel like that's what got us here in the first place. Is that um, in the 1960s when these hippies were trying to reinvent paganism because there was no records, there was no written records whatsoever. So they were kind of like reinventing it themselves. And you have Raymond Buckland, Scott Cunningham, Selena Fox, a lot of these like groundbreaking individuals who are kind of like reinventing the wheel, literally, and creating a new religion from conjecture and scraps. So that's why it was a hodgepodge of different cultures and stuff because it was the best they could do. So what I'm saying is that I want to create something that's personal to me. I don't want to create it for other people. I don't want to necessarily share it with other people. I will share it, part of the process and stuff. If other people are inspired by it, great. But I don't want other people to dictate what this means for me, if that makes sense. So I am working on um, the motivations in my life that um, how the different seasons affect me. Um, like later summer and later winter, I'm dead. I can't handle the extreme heat, and I cannot handle the extreme cold. Like when it's just like winter, 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 snow, 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 snow. I love it, but I'm over it. Past December, I'm over winter, and I want to hibernate. Right about now is like late summer. It's hot, it's humid, not very much rain. I'm over it. I'm like, get. I want so fall. I want cold. I want thunderstorms back. Um, so like fall, early winter, spring, sometimes early summer. That's my time. And so I can create a wheel to better utilize my time during the wheel of the year. That's my idea. And then the other thing that she recommended, and this is something that I've actually wanted to get to work on again, is I used to paint, I used to draw. I was pretty good, and it was fun. And because of a bunch of like life circumstances and stuff, I stopped. I felt very discouraged. I felt very out of touch. There's a painting behind me. I didn't paint the painting. I actually found it on the side of the road. It was like three stages. The the main painting looked sort of like a Bob Ross kind of nature scene with trees and mountains, happy little trees and stuff. It was really quite beautiful. And then it looks like a kid came along and started to go crazy with some paint. And then somebody else came along and was like, it's ruined. And they slashed it and cut it. And then they put it outside in the trash. And I looked at it and I was like, this is still art. This is still beautiful. And I like stared at it for a really long time. And I noticed that there were patterns and like shapes and stuff in the splotches of paint. And so I took a Sharpie and I kind of drew characters. Um, I might make that the thumbnail. I will figure out how to make that the thumbnail, and yes, I will make that the thumbnail because it's over there, and I don't want to get up because the way I have the phone balanced right now is so ridiculous. You have no idea. It is very ridiculous. I'm afraid to touch it. Um, so anyway, yeah, getting back into art. I also used to do magazine collage, but I haven't felt connected to that for a long time. So I'm going to put that on the back burner for now. But drawing and painting is something that I could get back into fairly easily. So we're a little over 20 minutes now, and I'm not going to edit this because I'm crazy. Um, so I'm going to do the morning song, and maybe a brief meditation, and that will be it. Morning sun, come my way, come my way. 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 Come my way, come my way. Take my pain, take my pain. Come my way, come my way. Take my pain, take my pain. Come my way, come my way. Take my pain, take my pain. Come my way, come my way. Take my pain, take my pain. Take my pain, take my pain. Down below, down below. Take my pain, take my pain. Down below, down below. Take my pain, take my pain. Down below, down below. Take my pain, take my pain. Down below, down below. Down below, down below. Healing waters down below, down below, down below. Healing waters down below, down below, down below. Healing waters down below, down below, down below. Healing waters down below. So, yes, so I would repeat that 4 times and focus on releasing my stress and my anxiety, um, letting the warmth and the light of the sun come through my body and to push those toxins through down through my feet and into the earth and to let the waters take it away. I feel a lot better having done that. It's been a while. I feel a lot calmer right now. And yeah, I hope to do this often. But as it's new, I don't know how often I'll record videos, but I hope to do this often. So thank you to anyone who's listening. And please leave positive comments. But like I said, I know the nature of YouTube, and there's a flood that's about to be released of horrible, horrible things. So bring it on, I guess. Anyway, I love myself and I love you. You have a good day.